Hello friends, in this video you will learn to install WordPress on Oracle's Arm-based Ampere cloud. Oracle is giving forever free 24 gigs of RAM on their Arm-based processor, and also you get virtual CPUs, basically 4 virtual CPUs on their Arm-based Ampere cloud. So you should take advantage of that, and in this video you will learn to install WordPress. Also, there were lots of requests I had received in past to create one video to install WordPress on Oracle ARM-based processor. So here it is. So let's get started. So now coming to my computer screen, here you can see I already have logged into my Oracle Cloud dashboard, and once you log in, you can go to this left side menu and here go to compute and then click on instances. Now for the first time when you log into your Oracle dashboard, you will be asked to select compartment. Now compartment is on the left side, and here you have like root user and then managed compartment. So you can select either of them. I am going to select root user, and now you can see I had a couple of instances running, and basically there are few still running. So anyway, let's get started with create instance, and then you have to name your instance. So let's say WordPress, and then obviously once again you have option to select compartment, so you can do so, and then placement. Next, in image and shape, what you have to do, you have to select Oracle Linux, no problem, and then in shape you go and select change shape and then select Ampere ARM based processor. Alright, so next here check this box, and then you will have option. Right now, since it's in trial period, so I am getting up to 16 virtual CPUs, or basically they call OCPU, and 96 GB of RAM. But in reality, if you go to the Oracle Cloud tier, you will see they are giving forever, or you can say always, free cloud services. That is 4 ARM-based Ampere core and 24 GB of memory. So what I am going to do is to select 4 OCPUs, and 24 GB of memory will automatically get selected, and then select save. Now you can see network bandwidth is also 4 Gbps, so that is going to be quite fast server. And then in networking, this will be automatically created, but let me show it to you. Actually, I have this existing virtual cloud network, but let's go with create new virtual cloud network, and let's name it WP, and then you can leave everything default and then scroll down. Next, you will be asked to either upload a public key or generate key pair. So you can simply save the private key and then click on create, or you might want to save the public key as well. It's your choice. And then you can specify custom boot volume size here if you like. Otherwise, it will by default select 47 GB. If you want to specify, you can simply type here 100 GB, like so. I am just going to go with default and then click on create. Now within couple of minutes, this instance will be ready. In the meantime, what you need to do is to download one SSH client. It could be Bitvise or Putty. It's completely up to you. Download it. Go to download and then click on download Bitvise SSH client, and then Bitvise client installer, and after that install it on your Windows. Otherwise, if you are connecting from Mac or Linux, then you can simply use your terminal. Alright, so next, I already have Bitvise installed, so I am just going to continue. So let me get the IP address. So in host you have to paste the IP address and then username has to be OPC. Here you can see the username is OPC. Alright, so now you have to supply the private key, and for that you have to go to client key manager and then you have to click on import and then you have to locate your private key. So this is my private key, okay, and then I'll give it some name, in comment box, so that it would be easy to identify later on. So I would say WP Oracle. Alright, so after that just note down the location is global 4 and then close this, select global 4, click login, and then you have to accept this host key verification, and after that you can open new terminal. Alright, so now once you logged in, you need to switch to root user, and for that you have to type sudo -i. Next you have to update the operating system, and for that type yum update -y. Alright, so after that press enter. Alright, so next step is to install a control panel. Basically there are not too many ways to install WordPress on this ARM-based processor at present, but in future you might expect some Docker-based solution, but right now it's very limited option. So in this video I'll show you to install WordPress on aaPanel, and in future when there were any release of Docker version of WordPress on ARM, then I'll create one more video. Alright, so let's search for aaPanel and then open it, and once you open it just scroll down and you will get this command. All you need to do is to copy this command and execute it. So this update could take some time, so you have to be patient about that. Also, if you like to check what is the amount of RAM or disk space on this server, so while this is getting updated, let me open another terminal console, and if I type here free -m, you will see that it is approximately 24 GB of RAM and only 811 MB has been used, and approximately 17 GB is still free, and some of are in buffer or cache memory, and also swap is 8 GB. So you can check disk space by typing df-h. So you can see here 35 GB is available, and basically 39 GB was allotted and there were some of the temporary, and out of 39 GB 4.4 GB was used by operating system, I presume. So that is how you can check the memory on your system and disk space. So let's wait for this installation, this update to finish. It takes quite some time, but ultimately it has to be done. Okay, so now finally update is complete and I am going to execute this command to install aaPanel. And so okay, I have two window open. Let me close one of them to eliminate the confusion, and then I'll go paste it and then press enter. Now it will ask you whether you want to continue. Just answer yes, and then it will begin the installation. So now this installation is again going to take quite some time, so I am going to fast forward this video and see you when installation is about to complete. Alright, now installation of aaPanel is complete, and here you can see the username, password and the login URL. So you need to copy all those things for your future reference. So let me just copy it and paste it here. And now you can see I have two URL basically, and one of them is private URL and another one is public URL. So copy the public URL and then go to browser, paste it, and then you will see nothing happening. That is because I haven't opened the port, which is this port 4x8. So let me go to the subnet, and inside subnet you will see default security list. So this is the default security list. Click on that, click on add ingress rules, and then in source CIDR you have to enter this 0.0.0.0/0. That is 4 times 0 and then /0. After that you have to enter the port, which is 4x8. And if I go back to the terminal, you can see the aaPanel is saying you need to also enter these ports, which is 888, port 80, 443, 20 and 21. So let's do that. So I'll type port 80, 443, 20 and 21. Alright, after that click on add ingress rules and then refresh this page. Okay, now you can see I have to enter the username. So let me get the username. This is the username. Alright, and the password. After that click login. Now after login you will be presented with this dialog box where you have to make selection between Nginx server and Apache server. So whatever you select, just make sure that you select the recommended settings. Whether you select LENP or LAMP doesn't matter, but just make sure that you don't do any changes here, like selecting other version of software. Otherwise you will face some issue. It is because aaPanel is still evolving and there were a couple of bugs, so you have to work with that. So let's say this LENP is recommended, so I am going to select this LENP and this will work fine. But just in case you want to select LAMP, you can go ahead and select that and it should also work fine. So let's make the selection of LAMP this time just for demonstration. You can obviously go on that. I have tested with LENP and it worked out. So let's go with LAMP this time and click here you have to click this button which says one click. And one more thing, like if you want to install DNS server, you have to just check this box, and for Mailserver check this box, then click on one click and then installation will begin. Alright, so now installation is going to take quite some time. It is going to take at least an hour or 2 hours depending on your system configuration. So I am going to grab a coffee and I'll come back after this installation is complete. You can also take a break. So see you in an hour. Alright, so after an hour the installation of all the packages is complete, and you can see in message list these are the packages that have been installed. You can also install and uninstall any package you want by simply going to App Store, and here you can see inside installed packages these are the installed packages, and here are the list of packages that you can install. Just in case if you couldn't see all the packages installed, then you must install at least 4 packages, that is Apache, MySQL, PHP and DNS. Okay, you have to install just 3 of the packages in order to run WordPress. So just make sure that these three are installed and running. And after that, next step is to go to website and then add website. Now here you have to type your website name, and my website for today is indemo.in. and next click on database. So select MySQL and it will give you the database settings. So let me copy this and I'll paste it here, and this is the password, so right here. Alright, next you will have option to select PHP version, and now I have installed PHP 7.4, so only 7.4 is being shown here. You can install multiple PHP, so if you install PHP 8.0 then you can select that. And here you have option for apply for SSL HTTP redirect to HTTPS. But we'll come to SSL part after that, so let's first submit it. And now you can see this is the database name, and this is database user, and this is the database password. Alright, to add SSL certificate, you have to go to click on this link which says site name, and then go to SSL. And now here you have to you have two verification mode. One is file verification and another is DNS verification. So I am going to go with DNS verification. If you like, you can go with file verification, no problem. Select on DNS verification, and then it will give you a couple of options like Cloudflare, Cloud XNS. If you are using Cloudflare, then select that and it will ask you email ID and API key. Instead of that, I'll go with manual resolution, and you can select this automatically combine pan domain names. That would be helpful. And after that, you have to select the domain name, which is indemo.in in this case, and click on apply. So now after that, it will give you these records to add into your domain registrar. So go to your GoDaddy or Namecheap, wherever your domain is. Today my domain name is registered with GoDaddy, so I'll go to domains and my domains, right, my products, and inside this is my domain, and let me click on manage DNS. Okay, so I tested it before this demonstration, so I have previous records present here. So what I am going to do is to delete all these, not all these, some of these. So okay, and this one. Alright, so now first of all, what you need to do is to grab the IP address of your server, and in a record you have to paste the IP address. So after that, save it, and let me delete this one. So now I have a record, and in IP, this is the server IP obviously, and then CNAME record, and which is pointing, I mean CNAME for www, which is pointing to @ and after that SOA, state of authority. And next you have to create text record as being shown here. So let me copy this, paste it here, and in text value copy this one. Alright, so now you can set the TTL to whatever you like, and next is this is CAA record, so let's create one. In name you have to put @, in flag you have to put 0, as you can see here, 0 issue and letsencrypt.org. So let me copy this, and in tag issue, in value you have to put letsencrypt.org and save it. Alright, there is one more, two more, but okay, so in text again underscore acme -. Okay, so now copy this part. After that save it. Now once again it is showing CAA, but as you can see these two are the same record. So basically I already have entered this one, so I'll skip this part. Also it is saying that it is not essential, so it is non-essential, so hence you can skip it. Anyway, so now I have entered these three records, and after that I'll click on verification. So now wait for this verification part to go through. Sometimes it might fail if you do it instantaneously. You might have to give it some time for propagation, 5 to 10 minutes depending on your hosting provider, depending on your domain registrar. Sometimes it could take several hours, so you have to wait for that in case this verification fails. Alright, so now you can see that certificate has been procured, and after that you don't have to do anything. Yeah, you can enable force HTTPS or simply just close this window, no problem. And then go to document root, click here, then click on remote download, then go to WordPress.org. Okay, click on here get WordPress, right click to get the download link and then paste it here, click confirm, and this will start downloading WordPress on your server. Now double click, and this will ask you for the path to a path of extraction, so just confirm it, and you will see new folder here, WordPress. So just cut all of those files and go one step back and paste it here in the root directory. After that all you need to do is to go to indemo.in or whatever your domain name, and then okay, so this is from last time, so let me close this window, and what I am going to do is to okay, now since my computer has cached that IP address, so what it will do, it will automatically load up a website from old IP address or old server which is still running, or otherwise I have to restart my computer to clear the cache memory. So what I am going to do is to open an RDP, and here I'll type in demo.in, and now you can see this is the WordPress obviously. Here you can type HTTPS, and you should see this lock icon, and you can see connection secure and it is verified by Letsencrypt. So you have to basically force HTTPS, otherwise it will still load on HTTP. Then click on continue, let's go, and then WordPress name and database things. So let me copy this. So, okay, this is the username and this is the database name as well, and this is the password. So let's paste it here and then click submit. Run the installation, give it name. So okay, save the password, and the email ID, click on install WordPress. So now WordPress is installed. You can enjoy the fresh installed WordPress. You can further explore things here, like here you can see database. You can add a few more websites, and obviously you can like go to SSL and force HTTPS, so you can set it from here. One more thing before I wrap up this video is that in Oracle Cloud, basically you have to select Oracle Linux version 8. Basically I chose Linux Oracle Linux 7, but it didn't work well with aaPanel, and it resulted in some error. So I would suggest you to start with, like I'll already put some banner in the video so that you would know to select Oracle Linux version 8. Otherwise you will also run into the same issue. So here you can see by default it selects Oracle Linux 7.9. You have to go to change image, and then here you have to switch to version 8 and then select, and next obviously change the shape Ampere and then 424 GB. So that selection you have to make it. And that's all for video, and thank you for watching. I hope you would like this video, and don't forget to give a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next video.